Hey guys, how you doing? Today is May 19th, Friday, and we have been noticed that the tech stock moves again, right? Of course, I mean move up, not move down, right? Despite now, Nvidia stock is very expensive. The PE is over 180, but then it moves up, and moves up, and then AMD also move up, and Microsoft move up, and Alphabet move up, Apple move up, right? So if you do not have those stocks, then you will be left behind, or you miss this chain, right? Um, Actually, our portfolio have a lot of those tech stock, right? About 70%. So I didn't sell them out, right? Unless for Facebook or for Shopify, then they are doing very bad, right? So should you join this fast moving chain, right? So today we have a short discussion on Nvidia, right? So the topic is Nvidia stock. Despite very expensive now, it shows up. Um, I read a lot of comments on Nvidia said is too expensive. It is the end game, right? Then China is gone, right? The market is gone, and then they got hit on the face just after 1 week, right? Because the tech stock of US moves up again, right? So what should you do if you do not have those stock, right? So today we will use a very short time then to discuss on that. And our Falcon portfolio after 52 months, that means more than 4 years, then our progress is 68%, right? So we will go through it very quickly. So any of you have any stock that you want me to discuss, you can leave your comment under the YouTube, or you can directly email to me by usstockmarketweekly@gmail.com. And this is our cover. Nvidia stock, then it shows up. So should you join it? Should you join this fast moving chain now, right? So let's take a look. Yesterday Dow Jones finally been up 100 points, something like that, right? Not a lot, right? And actually the bull eye is the Nasdaq. Nasdaq then yesterday go up 188 points. Then every day 100, every day about 50, 180. So this year I bet that it can reach quite easy on 13,000, but not easy for 14,000. Not easy this year because Fred just said she never said in June is not putting up the interest rate, right? That means she may do that, right? So be still careful on that. The interest rate cycle is not ending, right? Okay, so our Falcon 350,000 portfolio. So I have calculated for you, right? For past 4 years, our CACR is about 14. I'm very lazy to calculate about the dividend. So if we included the dividend, then we will have the compound interest, increment per each year is about 14%, right? So this is okay to me, right? Because our target for the portfolio is 14 to 15 compound increment per year, right? So you can calculate by yourself every year times 1.14, every year times 1.14, so you will get this, right? So we still have about 100,000 US dollars not used it, right? So we are planning on how to use it, right? So pay attention to our portfolio. And we talk about some headline first, and then we'll go for Nvidia. So we'll see that Japan stock surge after 1990. 1990 is quite a long time before. 1990 is the year that I start to finish my school and then go to work. 1990 is a very long time ago. And Japan index is about more than 30,000 today, right? It gets a new high. Why? Because all the orders from China is moving out and then goes to wherever, Asia, Vietnam, Cambodia, India, and then for the high tech, go to where? High tech is not go to Cambodia or India. High tech goes to Japan, goes to South Korea, Samsung, goes to Taiwan, right? Or of course, then some of them go to UK, Europe, and then go back to US, right? So all the money is floating out from China, and then goes to the Asia, to US, to Europe. So you will know the sequence of that, right? And then only three area is getting worse and worse. Of course, China is one, and then is Hong Kong, and then is Macau. That's it, right? All the others are beneficial, unless for those countries that we cannot name it, right? Forget about them, right? Ukraine war, right? And then actually no one care about what China said now. There's no panacea to end Ukraine war, so no one care about what China said, right? And then a lot of country now is preparing for the war ended, and then they take all the money from Russia, and then get the money, and then see how to redistribute it, right? Some of them to rebuild Ukraine, right? It's been very hard time for Ukraine, right? A lot of people die, and then the city is under attack. A lot of things being destroyed, and then the first thing that they have to guarantee is Russia do not have sufficient economy or military weapons to attack Ukraine once again, right? So that's what US wants to do now, right? So if you just hit them on the face and then they retreat, you will build it and then they attack you once again, so it's no use, right? So US is aiming at how to make Russia do not have any ability or finance to hit Russia or to shred the whole world once again. This includes China. US has to make sure China is very weak and cannot do anything, including the finance or the military. Right? Whatever will happen in China or Russia, then will Russia dissolve? Will China CCP dissolve? Not the business of US. They don't care. Actually, after the Soviet Union collapsed in 1990 and then become Russia. Actually, there's no change. It's still that way, right? But US is okay. Why? Because it's no threat to US or the whole world. Unless this 10 years, then it get the business of the oil from Europe and then from China. So Russia gets strong again. So she start to attack the others, right? So now US is going to make sure Russia no finance, no military weapon, and then this is same policy apply on China. No money, no military weapons, no threat. This is what US wants to do. Will China dissolve? Will Russia dissolve? Not the business of US. They don't care, right? So we have to know about that. So Facebook finally, right, pulls the curtain back on its AI. So I mentioned it again. Once again. You should pick your own path for the AI, because if you not do it, then the others do it. Right? If you do not start your way in the business world is like that, right? You cannot lag behind. Other people do, then you have to do, all right? Otherwise, no use. Right? Other people do and you not do. Then if all the others have the AI, then you do not have. Sorry about that. The advertisement goes to those that have the AI, right? If you take a look on the bank on the edge, they have the AI and they have the advertisement already, right? So Alphabet, that means Google, they have to do it immediately, right? They have to have the response, they have to have everything. Not China, because China do not have the top chips, right? You don't have the chips, no use, right? You have the server, but you don't have the chips. So everything is very slow, then no use, right? So Mark Zuckerberg, he finally wakes up, okay, we need to have the AI, otherwise we will lose the advertisement fee, right? June 1 is the deadline for the debt ceiling for US, so don't spend your time on those, right? US will not let herself goes bankrupt, right? That means US will not shoot her knee by herself, right? So no need to worry about that, right? It's just something that they have to negotiate, right? So don't bother about that. Okay, then we talk about Nvidia. If we take a look on the stock price, you can see that Microsoft is nearly totally recovered, right? Then the highest point is 330. Now just about $12, then it get back on the historical height, right? The historical peak of the stock price. So if you look at on the left hand side of Nvidia, same happen. Because now Nvidia is working together with Microsoft on how to improve the AI intelligence of the server of Microsoft, right? So it's sharing the profit from Microsoft, right? And then also it get the advanced for AI chips, something like that. You can see that actually the stock price, they are nearly the same for the past 5 years. But only one thing is Microsoft PE is just 34. And you can see Nvidia's PE is more than 180. So what does it mean? It means that Nvidia needs to pick up the earning very quickly in case for her to reduce the PE, right? Because the last 2 quarters is very bad. So make the PE ratio that high, right? And then we take a look on AMD, cold swing, right? AMD very cold swing. AMD now is working together with Microsoft. Microsoft is doing the finance for AMD. Okay, you help me to develop the chips. All the chips not developed by Nvidia, then do by AMD. For a lot of things like notebook, mainly on AI, notebook, right? For the IoT, that means for the internet. For automotive, a lot of things that not do by Nvidia, then do by AMD. So Nvidia cannot do all the chips for AI. AI apply on all the aspects, then it's do by AMD. That means AMD will eventually rise up together like Nvidia. And then we take a look on Apple stock. Apple is another story. Apple exported the Indian market, and then the Indian market have a good feedback or response on her, right? The sales rise up more than 20%, right? So all those stocks get the increment engine once again. If you do not have those stocks, then you probably will lag behind on this time of tech move up again, on this trend, right? Something like that, right? So take a look actually on Nvidia's 2023, right? Of course, then just one quarter. Then you can see that in the middle, gaming minus 27.2%, right? And then for visualization, also minus. Only the data center move up 41%, automotive then increased at 59%, and OEM also decreased. That means for the computer. So this implies for what? This implies for China is stepping down of the global market. But if China is moved down, someone will move up because the order do not disappear. So who moves up? Vietnam, Cambodia, India, also for the high tech, Japan, South Korea, Taiwan. They just need some time to pick up, right? That means the business come in, and then they take the business. When they do the business, they are aware that they need the data center, they need the computer, they need the AI. So they will buy those things eventually. Then you can see that why now the Japan market get the highest, because the stock market then goes faster than the real economy for about half year because of money flow in. So actually the west of the countries pick up the orders of China, and then they will pick up what China needs is for the computer, for the graphic card, for the data center. And then who will they use? They will use the US, or they will build their data center by themselves. If they build the data center, then who will they use? Nvidia, AMD, all right? So don't just look at China. Everything falls out from China, and then others will pick China's job. And you can see that Nvidia lists the chip higher amid, and then for a new low-cost GPU, not very low. Honestly, I tell you. How can it be, right? Everything is expensive. And AMD also gains, right? So imagine, Vietnam needs computer, needs notebook, yes, right? Cambodia needs, yes. India needs, yes. Indian needs, yes. Then what computer, what notebook, what system they will use? Apple, Microsoft, Windows, all those things in China, right? So that's what it is. And AMD lists the chip higher as hedge fund buy-in, right? That means the money already start to go into the tech stock, right? We have a quick look on AMD on Nvidia. Actually, you can see on 2022. That means last year, right? The sales revenue is still okay, right? Nearly same as 2021, but the gross margin dropped very quickly. You see that because China drops on the conflict with US, but the other countries not picking up. So you can see that, right? Bad. And if we take a look on the figures, then you can see that the operating margin 20%, and then 2021 37%, right? Operating income just half of 2021, and the operating cash flow is also half, right? So the thing is now is Nvidia or the tech stock, right? And they are preparing for the growth because other countries pick up the orders or the demand from China, and then they will use another increment engine as the AI to boost it up, right? So I have AMD, I have this stock. Personally, I have. I'm not going to buy Nvidia now because it's too expensive, right? But I have Microsoft, I have Apple, right? I have Google. So if those tech stock rise up, then they will be beneficial. And if you do not have Nvidia, then it's now a little bit too high for you to buy, right? So actually, I think that if you buy AMD, is a little bit more safe, right? Or you better to have your stake in Microsoft, Apple. They all have their increment engine. For Japan, it's not easy for us to understand on the Japan stock market. First of all, is because of the language, and second, then not easy for us to buy the Japan market, right? So all you can do is buy the index, right? So I better forget about it, right? So I will go back to the U.S. stock. If the U.S. actually, why the Japan market rise up? Because of the technology goes to Japan and Korea. And then what kind of technology goes to Japan? Applied material, right? Keysight, AMD, Nvidia, all those guys that we are very familiar, right? So that's what I can quite assure for that, right? Okay, then prepare your way for the next move of the tech stock, right? Okay, thanks for watching of this video. Then give us a like, and a comment, and share a welcome. So please help to press the subscribe button next to it, and then the bell icon. So whenever we uploaded any video from YouTube, then you will be informed. Okay, hope everyone have a very peaceful weekend. I see you guys next Friday. Bye bye.